What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, where today we're going to be taking a look at an old favorite, a deck that was very popular throughout most of this season, but ever since Sun and Moon released, it kind of had a falling out. It didn't really pick up that much steam. There was a lot of really popular grass decks, like Lurantis decks, Decidueye decks, and because of that, this deck kind of fell out of favor. But now with Guardians Rising, we've got some really cool new tools that we get to use with this deck, and I think this deck is actually positioned very well in the current metagame to do very well, and that is Greninja here. So let's go ahead, without further ado, hop in and take a look at what makes this deck so strong. If you've been playing for a while, you definitely know what this card does, but let's just go ahead and do a really quick overview of it. Stage 2, 130 HP, Water-type Pokemon with the attack Shadow Stitching, 40 damage until the end of your opponent's next turn. Each Pokemon your opponent has in play in his or her hand and in his or her discard pile has no ability. So shutting off those abilities, making it very good for us to keep them from, you know, kind of executing their strategy. There's a lot of decks that are very reliant on abilities, so Shadow Stitching is very good there. And Moonlight Slash, 60 damage. You may return a water energy from this Pokemon to your hand. If you do, this attack does 20 more damage. 80 damage for 1 energy is very strong. We have Free Retreat, Weakness to Grass. We were talking about the Grass weakness a minute ago. But the Free Retreat here is very good. And now with Choice Band, we can hit 110 damage with a Moonlight Slash while we return the energy. And that lets us 1-hit KO a Shaman EX. That lets us 2-hit KO a lot of really popular EXs. Such as Rayquaza EX, such as Mega Gardevoir EX, also the Evolutions we can 2-hit KO with a Moonlight Slash, and using the Greninja Break's Giant Water Shuriken ability, we can actually hit a lot better numbers for ourselves. Giant Water Shuriken, once during your turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may discard a Water Energy card from your hand. If you do, put 6 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So just spreading the damage around. If we can get 2 Greninja Breaks in play, and retreat back and forth between the two of them, turn after turn, continually throwing damage on the board, this deck is very difficult for the opponent to deal with, especially combined with a potential ability lock there. Very strong. We are also playing just a 4-4-4-3 line, pretty standard stuff here. No other Pokemon, no Talonflames, no Jirachis, no Octilleries. These are all cards that have been played in Greninja decks in the past. But right now, I think Greninja is best off on its own. I don't love Talonflame in the deck right now. I don't really like Octillery. I think Jirachi is okay, but right now, I think this is going to be the best way to run it. Honestly, I have considered putting a Tapu Lele in the deck and playing Ultra Balls, but I'm not playing Ultra Balls right now. Just having the utility of searching out supporters, I think, is very good, and yeah, I think we just want to stick with the non-EX attackers, the 1-prize attackers, and not have any 2-prizers to sit on our bench. So let's go ahead and expand it here. Take a look at the rest of this deck. We've got 4 copies of Dive Ball. This is going to be our main search card. Lets us get literally every single card in our deck we can search out with Dive Ball. Gets our breaks, gets our Greninjas, gets the Froakie, whatever we need. 2 copies of Field Blower. This is going to be key in getting rid of Float Stones maybe on our opponent's Pokemon. Fighting Fury Belts can be annoying to deal with, but also getting rid of our opponent's stadiums can be very crucial. Something like a Parallel City can definitely hurt us, reducing our damage or limiting our bench. So having Field Blower to get rid of those potentially is very nice. 2 copies of Level Ball going to just increase the consistency here of searching out those Frogadiers / Froakies. Level Ball can search like half of the Pokemon in our deck. Just over half of the Pokemon in our deck, technically. We're also playing 2 copies of Max Potion here, healing all damage from one of our Pokemon, then discarding all those energies. We do, of course, return the energy with Moonlight Slash, and then Greninja Break has 170 HP, so if they hit into us and don't KO us, we have 2 Max Potions here to try to just heal off that damage, so I really like Max Potion a lot right now. And 2 copies of Repeat Ball. This is a card that was made popular in Greninja decks by Brad Curcio and Jimmy Pendarvis, who top 16th Athens regionals. They both top 16th Athens regionals with Greninja Break decks, and they popularized this card in the decks, and I really like this card. If we have a Greninja in play, we can go search out another Greninja to just get multiple out and going. We can turn 1 use Repeat Ball to search out another Froakie, so we don't have to get KO'd on the very first turn of the game. We also are playing 2 copies of Rescue Stretcher, another new card that I think helps these decks out a lot. Having the utility of putting a Pokemon from our discard pile into our hand, or shuffling 3 Pokemon from our discard pile into our deck is very nice. Sometimes it's nice to just, if we've discarded just one thing maybe, we just discarded a Greninja, or we need to break that turn, something like that, just popping it directly into our hand is very, very good. 4 copies of VS Seeker to reuse any of the supporters that we have in our deck. 3 copies of Silent Lab, going to turn off any basic Pokemon's abilities in play, being able to shut off our opponent's Tapu Leles, their Shaymins, their Hoopas. If we can get a Silent Lab down turn 1, we can potentially stall our opponents out that way. Also, later on, like a popular counter to Greninja, of course, is the Giratina promo, which is a basic Pokemon, so having 3 Silent Labs is going to be very nice to counter those if we are to see any of them. 2 copies of Ace Trainer here, letting us, if we are down in prizes, really put our opponent on the back foot there, making them shuffle and draw 3, and we shuffle and get to draw 6 cards. We are a deck that does go down in prizes pretty early, since our first few Pokemon are just going to be Froakies. It's very likely we will go down in prizes, so Ace Trainer is a very good supporter option in this deck. 1 copy of Fisherman, letting us get back basic energies from our discard pile so we can reuse that Giant Water Shuriken ability as many times as we want to. Just 1 copy of Lysandre. I know most of the time you run 2 copies, sometimes even 3 copies in decks, but this is a deck that I think 1 copy is just enough. And then we are also running 4 copies of In here. Each player shuffles their hand into his or her deck and then draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards, so it gives us a little shuffle draw early and disruption later on. Sometimes an Ace Trainer will be better, sometimes an N will be better. It'll just totally depend on the situation. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore here, letting us discard our hand and draw 7 cards. Just still the best draw supporter in the game. One of the other big cards that we got out of Guardians Rising is Choice Band. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX. This really just pushes the limits of our damage output. With a Choice Band plus a Giant Water Shuriken, we get to hit 170 with a Moonlight Slash plus just 1 Giant Water Shuriken, so that can definitely help us hit that 170 number to KO things like Tapu Lele, Giratina, Hoopa, all that kind of stuff. And also Choice Band will let us one-hit KO a Shaymin, which is nothing to really scoff at. We could potentially Giant Water Shuriken twice to KO 1 Shaymin, and then Moonlight Slash a second Shaymin to take a 4 prize turn. We'll see if we can maybe pull off a play like that today. 3 copies of Splash Energy. This is very, very, very good in this deck. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, we get to pick that Pokemon back up and put it back into our hand. We do discard the Splash Energy, but being able to save our Greninja breaks and being able to save our Greninjas to just immediately put them back down on Frogadiers and Greninjas that are already in play is very nice. And then 6 water energies to round things off here. This is my deck list. Let me know what you guys think down below. We're going to go ahead and hop onto the Versus ladder, grab a couple games, and see if we can't come away with a couple wins here today. As always, guys, if you do enjoy these videos, definitely make sure you leave a like down below. Helps me out a ton. Lets me know you enjoy seeing what I'm doing. And here we go. We go up against Curlia Blues here. Looks like they might be playing a Volcanion deck. We saw Fire, Colorless, Water, and Psychic. First instinct would tell me it is Volcanion, but their deck box is just Water and Colorless, so I am interested to see what this might be. They will, of course, choose to go first. They've got the nice Sun and Moon sleeves. We do get a Froakie start, but not much else, to be honest. This is something that can happen with this deck, but we'll go ahead and just put the Froakie out. And let's see what our opponent is playing. We're going to click Done, of course. And it is indeed going to be Volcanion. We will get to hit them for weakness, but Volcanion is also a lot faster than us. If they can set up before we have a chance to, we might be in big, big trouble. And with a hand like we have right now, things are not looking hot for us, guys. So, right off the bat, they're going to put a Tapu Lele GX into play, use that Wonder Tag ability to search through their deck, and we'll grab a supporter card out here. It looks like they're just going to get a Professor Sycamore. I would have loved to see them play an N there for us, but doesn't look like that is going to happen right away. And they do Trainer's Mail into an Ultra Ball, so that means they can get out a Hoopa EX, potentially go grab some more Volcanions and Shaymins and stuff like that, but they may just be content grabbing a baby Volcanion, or maybe just 1 Volcanion EX. Oh, they're actually going to get the Staryu, so they're playing the 1-1. I assume it's going to be a 1-1. We don't actually know that, but they're playing the Staryu line, which is pretty neat. We do just see a Sycamore there. discarding some more, discarding Energy Retrieval and a VS Seeker, I think. Max Elixir going to come out, does bench another baby Volcanion EX, excuse me. Does fail the Max Elixir, that's a little unfortunate, but that does give us a little bit of hope here. And just to pass on to our turn, we get a Silent Lab. So here is the thing, guys. We can Dive Ball for a Froakie and just pass and hope we top deck into a supporter or another search card for a Frogadier. Or we can just risk it, Silent Lab Bubble, hope that he can't knock out our Froakie, and then we get the turn 2 water duplicates. That's the two decisions we have to make. We definitely are going to play the Silent Lab regardless. I think we're definitely going to attach this energy and bubble. Now the question is, do we play this Dive Ball now for a Froakie, or do we wait until the next turn? This is tough. This is definitely tough. All he needs is a Floatstone energy attachment. He needs like a Floatstone double. He needs a Baby Volcanion, Fighting Fury Belt, and then to discard the Stadium and Steam Up. He theoretically could do it, but I'm thinking with the Silent Lab in play, there's a chance he gets slowed down, and it gets much harder if we flip heads on this bubble. So I think we're just going to take the risk, guys. This is very risky. I don't necessarily think this may not be the best play, but we do flip heads, which is very, very good for us. This can buy us a turn. He's going to be forced to play something like an Escape Rope or a Olympia. All he needs, really, though, is an Escape Rope plus 1 Max Elixir and 1 Energy Attachment. He has already played 1 Max Elixir, and he did with it. Ultra Ball here. Let's see what he's going to go get. Can't dig with Shaman EX, of course, because of that Silent Lab, unless he has a replacement Stadium. This is a very, very risky play, guys, not using this Dive Ball. And he's just going to get the Starmie. Honestly, may not have been our correct play. Oh, and just a pass, so the risk pays off. And we top deck a Sycamore. Not going to play that yet, but we're just going to go get the Frogadier. We don't have another Froakie in play, so there's no reason to play down the Splash Energy. No reason to Field Blower or anything like that. I think we are content just using water duplicates here. We, of course, could have played Professor Sycamore, but I didn't want to do that since there's a chance that if we do that, if we do play Professor Sycamore, he... If we do play Professor Sycamore, we draw into the Frogadiers, and we definitely don't want to do that. So he just gave us the well played. I'm not sure what that necessarily means, but he's going to go with Tapu Lele here. Use that Wonder Tag ability. Let's see what he searches out. Gonna just grab an in. I'm okay with him playing the in. We do have a Sycamore in our hand, but we'd have to get rid of a VS Seeker, Field Blower, Energy. Not necessarily what we want to get rid of. He's actually going to use the ability and discard the in, which is kind of interesting. So, going to attach to the Volcanion and just play another in. So he had another in to follow it up. Alright. We do get a Greninja. We get a Max Potion, which isn't going to matter since this guy is going down. We do not have another Water Energy in play, unfortunately. So we're going to have to try to find one here off of this N, or on the top decks, potentially. We're definitely promoting Frogadier here. And let's see what happens. So we get another Dive Ball, so we can get another Greninja. Very nice. And we'll go ahead and put that in play. We're going to go ahead and play the Silent Lab, put down Froakie, and just play that in. Yeah, go ahead and play the in. Let's see what we can find. We do get the Water Energy to at least Shadow Stitching this turn. I think we will... So if we got in a Choice Band, we could have tried to knock him out with a Moonlight Slash, but I think it's better to just go ahead and Shadow Stitching this turn. Unless he plays a Pokemon Ranger, he can't knock out this Greninja, and if he does knock out this Greninja, we have the Splash Energy attached. So we do hit him for weakness here with the Shadow Stitching. And let's see off of this end what cards they got to work with. Gonna get a Max Elixir so they can try to attach and power up another Volcanion EX. Looks like that is what they're gonna do. Super Rod, probably just putting back energies. I don't think there's any Pokemon in there for them yet. Yeah, oh no, there is a Shaman. Okay, so they're going to put back a Fire Energy and a Shaman EX. they are down 2 max elixirs, and looks like we're just going to see a Professor Sycamore. So they're going to be looking for a Float Stone in combination with another max elixir. So we'll see if they can do it or not. I think that is their 3rd via Seeker already down. Yep, sure enough. They do find the Float Stone. They're actually just going to put it on the Starmie. Escape Rope, okay. So we just give them let them KO the Froakie, right? I'm pretty sure we just let them KO the Froakie. Gonna send up the Starmie. They could just pass and force us to retreat the Froakie, which would be a little annoying, but yeah, it looks like they are just gonna go ahead and take the knockout. Which, if we get a Choice Band and we can knock this guy out with a Shadow Stitching, that'll actually be really, really nice for us. So we can promote another Greninja. We also get to end them to a very low hand size. Oh, we top deck an in, so we don't even have to use the VS Seeker to do it. We actually should have promoted this Greninja. That was a small oversight on my part, so I apologize for that. It's been a long, long time since I played Greninja, but we definitely should always promote that Greninja here. It didn't end up mattering, though, since we don't have another... if we had gotten another energy besides just this one, it would have made a difference, but since we didn't, it actually doesn't make a difference. We do unfortunately have to put the Giant Water Shuriken damage onto the active, though, if we want to take a KO this turn. He's actually just going to concede. Wow. I don't think the game was necessarily over, but we were definitely in a very, very good position there. So we'll go ahead and grab another one. I don't know if my opponent should have conceded or not. There definitely was still a game to be played. But, yeah, we did have a pretty solid start. So let's go ahead and hop in, grab another game after we get these free Trainer's Mails. Not bad. How many? I have 19 locked Trainer's Mails. That's pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and hop in, grab another game. Figo Ricardo here, playing Fighting Psychic Colorless. Rayquaza coin. Could be a Rayquaza Lycanroc deck. That would be kind of spicy. Could be Rayquaza Lycanroc, but we'll see what happens. And it looks like they are going to get to go first. Oh, that is a hand, isn't it? That is a hand. So, we do start the Froakie. We have Repeat Ball for an additional Froakie, so we don't lose turn 1. But it is not looking that great for us. If we have to Sycamore on turn 2 away 2 Greninjas... That's a little unfortunate. 2 Greninjas and a Frogadier if this guy gets knocked out. We actually see a Carbink, so not going to be Rayquaza Lycanroc despite having the Mega Rayquaza coin. Well, I guess he could just be playing a Carbink Break in the Rayquaza deck, but not super likely. We're going to see a Choice Band come out onto the Carbink. Just going to go ahead and play these cards. He sees he's playing Greninja. He knows Choice Band is probably not going to be that good in this matchup. And we just see an N from my opponent, and that is okay with me because our hand was pretty awkward. We do get a Frogadier. We do get a Repeat Ball to get down another Froakie at least so that we don't get donked by a Power Gem if he has another Fighting Energy on the following turn. But if Froakie does go down, we actually do get to Ace Trainer, which I would not mind being able to do. We do see the Rockruff come down. So I haven't played against a Lycanroc deck with Greninja, so this will be very interesting to see how this shapes up for us. They're debating their other options. They could bench maybe another Rockruff if they have one in their hand. Maybe they have an Ultra Ball. They're debating what to discard, but yeah, it looks like they're just going to pass. So we will go ahead and Repeat Ball, get down another Froakie. And I really actually kind of hope that he knocks out this Froakie. We're going to play the Silent Lab to prevent him from using something like a Shaman or a Tapu Lele. And we're just going to click Done. I do kind of hope he knocks out this Froakie because then we can just do Frogadier Ace Trainer. And put him to 3 cards on turn number 2. Our turn 2, his turn 3, I guess. So he does get the Carbink Breakout. So he will be able to at least use a Diamond Gift for 40 damage. And we're going to see an Ultra Ball. Let's see what this goes for. Gets rid of 2 fighting, so he will be able to use the Diamond Gift attack to put those into play somewhere else. He could grab a Lycanroc GX here. He could grab another Rockruff. He could grab a Lele or Shaman, but that would be pretty unwise since the Silent Lab, of course, does prevent each basic Pokemon from using any abilities, and he is just going to get a Lycanroc. Looks like the promo, not the new one from Guardians Rising. Yeah, sure enough, looks like he's going to get that guy in play. And a Sycamore. Gonna get, I don't know, I'm kind of, I guess, getting rid of the 2 energies, hoping he draws another one, but I guess he wants to just Diamond Gift and not, ooh, Brooklet Hill, that's spicy, we actually get to use that. Sorry, yeah, anyway. He probably doesn't want to actually take this knockout here. He's probably okay just doing... Yeah, he could have taken a knockout with Power Gem, but he wants to put these energies onto Lycanroc back here. So, Accelerock, they need 3 strong energies in order to one-hit KO a break. And he doesn't have any right now. And we have no draw supporter. We're just going to put down another Froakie. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and put down another Froakie with this, and I think we're just going to pass. No reason to evolve. I think we just hold it, and we may, if anything, we evolve this one and not the active. But I think we just hold it, and we just click done. It's very unlikely he's going to in us, since our, you know, we haven't really done anything with our hand. We maybe could have used Field Blower to get rid of his Brooklet Hill. I guess there's a chance we want to use it on the following turn to get that last Froakie out. Not that high odds. He actually uses it and fails it, so not that it ended up mattering there. So maybe he prized his 4th Lycanroc, or Rockruff, or he wants to save that bench spot for like a Shaman or Tapu Lele, something like that, potentially. Yep, I'm going to use the Tapu Lele Wonder Tag ability. Let's see what supporter he finds here. And it looks like it's just going to be a Sycamore, which I'm fine with. Our hand is pretty solid as long as he KOs this. We can put him to 3 cards and hopefully hit a Water Energy off of that. But yeah, let's see what happens. We'll see what he does. There's no Fighting Energies in the discard for him to play around with a Diamond Gift, unfortunately, but it's still better to KO with Diamond Gift than something else. And yeah, so even if we had played the Field Blower, it wouldn't matter since he had a replacement. He plays Devolution Spray, which is pretty interesting. Oh, another reason not to evolve the back one, I totally didn't think of this, but another great reason not to evolve the back one is because he could just use a other Lycanroc GX to Bright Look, or not Bright Look, excuse me, Bloodthirsty Eyes, and bring it up into the active and take a KO on it. But we do get another Frogadier. I think we will get down that last Froakie. So we have 3 spots for 3 Frogadiers, and we could play the Dive Ball, but I think we're just going to play the Ace Trainer. Save the Dive Ball for maybe a Greninja. We actually whiff Energy, unfortunately. That's actually not good. Pretty unfortunate. He can retreat and KO Frogadier. Or if he gets another Strong Energy on the active, he can Power Gem and KO it. Yeah, whiffing Energy is not fun. But we'll just click done. We can Ace Trainer on the following turn still, so hopefully find Water Energy that way. We have Dive Ball plus Ace Trainer to do that. And yeah, it looks like he is just going to go on the offensive here with the Lycanroc GX. Rescue Stretcher top deck would be pretty cool. Yeah, Rescue Stretcher top deck would be, like, perfect. See if we do it. Nope. We do get the energy, though, so it's the next card, unfortunately. That's how it happens sometimes, guys. That is how it happens. We will get to at least water duplicates this turn, though. And should we go ahead and Ace Trainer once again? I guess so. And the Splash Energy, of course, will allow us to just get the Froakie and Frogadier back. We get Dive Ball, which will let us get out a Greninja next turn. Very nice. Save the Choice Bands. We can Brooklet Hill just to search the deck. Not that it matters since we're going to Water Duplicates anyway. And Water Duplicates, here we go. Get 2 Frogadiers out. Yeah, Rescue Stretcher would have been great to get to put back Froakie and Frogadier so we could get down a Froakie with Brooklet Hill and Frogadier once again with Water Duplicates. But it is what it is. We didn't prize any Greninjas or breaks, which is pretty nice. And unless he... oh, how does it work with Crunch? I guess you do effects and then check for KO. So actually Crunch means that we won't get it back, but he won't be able to knock us out with Crunch right now, of course. Looks like we will maybe just see a Bloodthirsty Eyes. He might not use it, though. Might choose not to use it. He's debating it, maybe. Nope, he's not going to use it and just going to use a Cell Rock to take that KO. We will get to the Frogadier back. We promote this Frogadier. Get down Froakie, evolve. We do get a Water Energy, which is nice. We have a Choice Band. He didn't play any cards, so I kind of want to just attack here, but I think we should end and try to get more Greninjas in play. So next turn we can get more Greninja breaks, so I think that's the correct play. We don't end up getting one. We do get a Rescue Stretcher, though. But I don't think we actually play that yet. And unless he gets a Strong Energy, he actually can't knock out our Greninja. So we can hit him for 70 with a Shadow Stitching, 80 with a Moonlight Slash, or 110, excuse me, with a Moonlight Slash. I think if we do that, that actually gives us a chance to KO him. Sorry, this is a little interesting here. I think we just Moonlight Slash and return the energy. Keeps him from being able to discard it with like a Crunch or something like that. So that could be a little annoying to deal with. But if he does get a Strong Energy, he will be able to KO us with a Cell Rock, which would be unfortunate, but we do have Rescue Stretcher to just put the Greninja immediately back into our hand. We could have used it that turn to get back the Froakie, or the Frogadier, or just shuffle the 3 back into the deck, but I think it's better to save it in case he does KO this Greninja this turn. So, looks like he's trying to debate what he wants to do here. Looks like he is going to retreat to bring up this Lycanroc. He hits for a knockout with Dangerous Rogue if he wants to use his GX attack. Claw Slash will not be enough to knock us out. But yeah, he is just going to use the GX attack and take a KO here. Okay, so we put up Frogadier. We are going way down on prizes here. So we can Rescue Stretcher back the Greninja into our hands. Or we can shuffle the 3 back in. I think it's actually would have been better to just put it back into our hands, so that's kind of a mistake here. Yeah, I think we should have just put it back into our hand, because now we have to hit it. I actually don't know if I want to bench this, because it gives him a low HP target. So I think we don't bench it. We do definitely go get the Frogadier. We'll Field Blower, get rid of just the Brooklet Hill, I guess. No reason to get rid of the Choice Band. It doesn't hurt us or help us. Should we dig for a Splash? We do have 2 left. I think we just go ahead and guarantee have the energy attachment at this point. And he actually doesn't have a way to KO this Greninja this turn. So we put Silent Lab in play. Or do we hold it? I think we hold it. And just go for a Moonlight Slash. And return the energy. Yes. He cannot KO this unless he gets a Strong Energy. It would be unfortunate if he got a Strong Energy, but it is what it is. And if he doesn't KO it, we do have Max Potion in our hand. Choice Band comes out. It's going to put it on the active. Doesn't make a difference. Let's see if he gets a Strong Energy or not. That's going to be the main thing here. If he does get it, we've failed to get 2 Greninjas out at one time so far this game, which when that happens, you're bound to have a hard time. You're bound to struggle. But if he does whiff this KO here, we will actually not be in that bad of a position. We really won't be. Oh. But now I think we might just lose. I think we just lose now. Do we have to go for a bubble here? I think we have to go for a bubble. And him down to 1. I'm pretty sure this is going to be our only out. We burn the level ball just so we don't draw it, because it doesn't find us anything anymore. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty decent odds he had his strong energy there. I think we do just go for the in and a bubble. Even if we get a choice band, we can't KO this. So I think that this is our only out, and if we flip tails, it doesn't matter. But if we flip heads, we'll be okay. You have to play to your outs. We just did not really get much of anything set up this game. So let's see if we flip heads or not here. Anything else we want to do? Dive Ball, no. Yeah, we want to get another Greninja out. We can Rescue Stretcher for break next turn. But then all he needs to do actually to win later on is Lysandre this Froakie up and, you know, attack it. But if we can prevent that from happening, it's all going to come down to this bubble here. Do we flip heads or tails? We flip tails. So I'm going to lose game number 2 of the video. So we're definitely going to grab a third game because we can't go 1-1 in a video, guys, even though I'm sure we've done that many times. But yeah, we didn't really get set up, which can happen sometimes with Greninja. We are a slower deck. We went second. You know, he got a little more set up than we did, and that's just kind of how things went. We'll grab another game, see if we can redeem ourselves here and get another W with Greninja. Yeah, we'll see what can happen. I like his deck. That was pretty cool. The Brooklet Hill is obviously a very, very good card in those type of decks with the different Rockruffs, with the Carbanks and all that stuff. And the 2 different Lycanrocs. Lycanroc is a deck I think has more potential than people give it credit for. But we're going to see if we can find a third opponent in today's video and get things going. And let's see what this last matchup is going to be. A Lightning Fighting Colorless deck against Evan. So I'm going to guess this is probably Raichu Lycanroc. We lose the coin flip again. We are just having bad luck with the flips today. We've gone second in all 3 games, I'm pretty sure. I think we've gone second in all 3 games. That is a hand right there. 3 Frogadiers in our opening hand. Oh, this is actually probably Tapu Koko. And the fighting type is... It could be Raichu Lycanroc. It also could be Tapu Koko, with the fighting being the Regirock in order to keep energies in play. But we'll see what happens. We will see what it is. As we do take another mulligan. So our first hand we had 3 Frogadiers. This hand we have 2 Frogadiers. And 2 Greninja breaks in this hand. I wonder if he knows what deck we're playing yet. We do get a Froakie. We're getting some bad opening hands today, guys. Lots of stuff relying on bubble flips. Yeah, so it does look like it is going to be Tapu Koko with the Energy Keeper carving. That's pretty interesting. Gets his energy attachment. We need to top deck like a Repeat Ball, maybe an N, something like that. Aether Paradise Conservation Area will actually reduce the damage he can do to my Froakie, but once we evolve, it doesn't do anything for us. Looks like he does just have to Sycamore away Rescue Stretcher and 2 Lightning Energies. That's a little unfortunate, but it does happen. Gets an N of his own. We see him bench a Jolteon as well, that nice new Full Art Jolteon from the Mega Powers collection, and just a pass onto our turn. We got nothing! So we're bubbling. Bubble probably doesn't even matter, though, if he... Bubble won't matter if he gets double Max Elixir. He actually just needs 1 Max Elixir, an attachment for turn, and a Tapu Koko. That's all he needs. Do we play Field Blower yet? Do we save it? I don't think there's a reason to save it, really. We probably lose anyway, unless he just whiffs really hard here. So yeah, we will bubble, flip tails. Not that the bubble actually really didn't matter. Max Elixir. So if he has another energy attachment, if he hits this, oh, he whiffs it, that's big. And an N. Okay, so he's going to dig for the win this turn. Let's see if he can get it. He needs an energy attachment, a Max Elixir, and another Tapu Koko. Then he can come in and use Sky High Claws in order to hit us for enough damage. Ooh, thank goodness. He actually whiffs 2 times. That is pretty lucky, if I'm going to be honest. Ultra Ball here. He could grab a Shaman EX and keep trying to dig for it. And looks like that's what he's going to do. I think this is fine, like a correct, like by all means, I think this is a correct play by my opponent. We do have a turn 2 water duplicates though if he does miss this, and he does miss. That is huge. That is really, really big. We're going to go with Level Ball here. Grab a Frogadier. That is really big. We're going to use Silent Lab. Going to go ahead and put that in play. Limit him from using that Arrow Tail ability. Not going to play the N because we want to make sure we don't draw into other Frogadiers. And we're just going to go ahead and use that Water Duplicates. And put those Frogadiers on to our bench. Could have attached the Splash Energy that turn, but I don't think there's a real reason to. We want to save it for our Greninja on the next turn potentially, and he's just going to play another N here. So with this, we'll see what we can get. We do get a Greninja and a Water Energy at least. We will be able to Ace Trainer as well, which can be pretty handy. Level Ball will find us another Froakie as well. Gonna actually go ahead and Super Rod back 3 Lightnings. And Sky High Claws here will be enough to take out a Frogadier, of course. Gonna go in with a Frogadier. It doesn't really matter which one we choose, but there we go. Gonna evolve to Greninja. Gonna go ahead and attach the Water Energy. Play Level Ball, find a Froakie. And we're gonna Ace Trainer. Put him down to 3 cards. We get 5 cards ourselves, or 6 cards ourselves, excuse me. Get another Frogadier. We do get another Greninja, so at least we can get 2 Greninjas into play in one game. So it's 2 Stitchings plus, or a Stitching plus 2 Giant Water Shurikens. Next turn potentially is 160. Then we need to get a Choice Band and knock him out with an additional Stitching. So I think we do just go for... Actually, it doesn't really matter if we go for Stitching or Moonlight Slash here, unless he gets... I guess if he gets Replacement Stadium Lele. No way to really know if he has that. He's already down 2 stadiums. So I think we just Moonlight Slash, get the energy back in our hands. If we had a Splash, I think we would maybe Shadow Stitching here. But yeah, we don't want to lose the energy, I think. Since he does obviously have the energy, he needs to knock us out. So we just save the energy. I'm going to go ahead and put an energy onto the Jolteon EX and just Sky High Claws here. So it looks like his hand might not be that great, which is totally okay with me, of course. Going to send up another Greninja. Definitely going to evolve here. I think we do put the Froakie in play. We have... I think we Giant Water Shuriken before the Sycamore instead of attaching. Because if we draw one of our... We still have all 3 Splash Energies in the deck. So if we draw Splash Energy, we obviously can't use Moonlight Slash for that. But if we can get a Water Energy here... Oh, thank goodness. And yeah, it is a good thing there that we... did end up doing it, and he actually is just going to go ahead and concede the game. Nothing else he could really do. We had a great hand. Dive Ball for another Greninja. Next turn we'd have 2 Greninja breaks out, and he had 1 energy left in play. So there's 3 games there, guys. Unfortunately, that second one, we just didn't draw super well, and, you know, it does happen from time to time. Wish we could have done better there, but we actually did get a free pack, so we're going to go open that bad boy up. I think sometimes you guys like to watch me open up packs, so... I figure why not hop over here. We do have a free one to open up, locked packs. Let's go ahead and see what we get out of a Sun and Moon locked base set pack to finish off today's video. I will be streaming tonight, guys, in celebration of my Twitch affiliate announcement, so definitely come hang out tonight in the stream, twitch.tv/TrainerChip. Link is in the description of all my videos, so hope to see you guys there for that. And let's go ahead and see what we get here with our free Sun and Moon locked pack. We get a an Espeon GX, so better than a non-holo rare. I do already have 3 hypers, I believe. Do I have 3? I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, I have 3. I probably need to get a 4th one, but there we go. That's a locked Espeon GX. Pretty nice. So once again, I do really appreciate you guys watching this video. Let me know what you think of Greninja. I think it is positioned pretty well in the current metagame, so definitely give it a try at your local League Cups or something like that. We could see it do well at Seattle Regionals this weekend. We will just have to see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here. Until next time, guys, take care.